I love this time of year. I love everything with caramel and apples, and so I'm going to be actually making salted caramel pretzel bark today. And I think it's going to be wonderful and delicious. So this is what we need to do is you're going to get your pan prepared, and I lined mine with some parchment paper. And then you're going to take a whole bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and we're going to put these in my little glass microwavable bowl, and we're going to put this in the microwave for 2 minutes, and we're going to get these all melted. All right, so we put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, but at 1 minute I stopped and stirred it, and then it was in there another minute, and so then we stirred it again, and then I put it back in for about 15 seconds just to make sure that it was all melted. So now what you do is you're just going to put it on your parchment paper. We're just going to get it all out. Okay, don't want to leave any of that chocolate behind because that is good stuff. Okay, and we're going to spread this out. And remember, we're making a bark. Oops. I'm going to spread this out. All right. I'm trying to get it to the edge, but not too close to the edge. I want it to be not real thin, but thin enough. Okay, I think that is going to do it. Then what you do is we're going to just take, I'm going to take these pretzels and I'm going to press it into the chocolate. And you're just going to press, and it doesn't really matter how you do it. It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, but you want to press it in. Because remember, we're going to be breaking this up. Oh my goodness. I wish you guys were here. It would taste, I would share. Okay, so this is the first layer. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just set this aside and let it cool a little bit. And the next thing you do is you take these caramel bits. Now, you can buy a bag of caramel and unwrap each one, but when I saw these, I was like, I'm totally going to do this just to make it easier. So you add these caramel bits, the whole entire bag, and then what you need is like 2 tablespoons of cream or milk. You can also do that, but I've got cream, and so I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to put this in the microwave for about 2 minutes. So we'll microwave it for a minute, then we'll stir it after a minute, put it back in, and then we'll see if it is melted. Now this is after 2 minutes, and as you can see, the caramel has gotten really bubbly and it's melted. This is perfect. This is exactly what you want it to look like. So now all you do is you're just going to pour this whole thing over the top. And I'm trying to see what's the best way so that you guys can see. Look how yummy that looks. We gotta get all that in there. That looks, you can't leave that behind. Or, as Daryl says, that's the best part because you get to lick it. All right, so then you're just gonna spread this around. the top of those pretzels in the chocolate. And then we're just going to add some sea salt to the top of this, just a little bit. And we're going to let it cool. And break it up. I'm trying to make sure that we get these pretzels covered. You kind of want to, these on the end, just try to work that caramel over. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. And then I've got this sea salt. And so so that I can just kind of gauge how much salt is really coming out instead of just shaking it out, even though it has that, I just am going to take a couple little pinches and put it over the top, just a little bit. And then we're just going to let that cool, and we'll be back. Okay, everybody, I forgot to put chocolate and drizzle it on the top of this sweet little bark. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, I forgot to save some chocolate actually. So I'm going to add just a little bit of chocolate chips, and we're going to microwave this for probably about 30 seconds to a minute and then stir it around. And as soon as it's nice and melted, I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so I have microwaved the chocolate chips for about 2 minutes, and it's just nice and melted. In the office, we don't have any shortening. I could add that, and it would be just, it would make it so I'm able to drizzle it with a spoon. But since I don't have any shortening here, what we're going to do is we're going to take just a little Ziploc bag, and I'm going to cut the end just a little bit on the corner right here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my chocolate in here. And then I'm just going to let the air out. Oh, it was a little warm. It surprised me. And then I'm just going to drizzle it back and forth like this. Of course, this is totally optional, but we wanted it to look pretty. So you can do this, and then you can come back and go across like this. No rhyme or reason to it. And there you go. So we're going to let this cool, and then we're going to come back and we're going to break it up, and then we're going to try it. We've let this cool, and we put it actually in the freezer to let it cool. So if you need to speed up the process, you can do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to leave it on the parchment paper. You can break it up with your hands, but the caramel tends to be just a little bit sticky. So you just cut it. And I need a bigger knife, but this is going to work, I think. Actually, let me cut it this way. If I had a bigger knife, it would work. But look at this piece right here. I'm going to take a bite of this. You guys, this is delicious. Sweet and salty, so good. I hope you try this. Please like and share our videos. We appreciate that so, so much. And I just want to remind you to be stronger every day and do hard things.